If you're a founder who feels overwhelmed by ideas, information, and endless decisions, this interview is for you. Today, you will learn about the product designed for founders who want to stay focused, validate ideas, and build with much more confidence. With me is Chris Gomez, the founder of Solvee. Chris, let's start with the basics. What was the gap or the problem in the market that made you say, wow, I really need to build Solvee?
So when I left Bosch in 2025, I realized I want to do something with what I've learned over the last 15 years. And I was super excited to help small and medium businesses to apply strategies so that they are more successful. But what I ended up realizing is that entrepreneurs, they are the ones lacking the necessary frameworks and the knowledge to build more successful businesses. And as more and more people were getting laid off, my motivation turned into helping these founders to be successful. So what I learned is that all the knowledge that is out there, in the end, helps no one if they don't know how to apply it to their own business. So that is exactly what Solvee is going to do, or is already helping founders, is closing this gap that they have between how to apply the knowledge to their specific business.
And what is Solvee superpower? What makes it different from the other tools in the market?
First and foremost, we are a personalized accelerator. And you will wonder, what is a personalized accelerator? What does that actually mean? So what we do is apply the best frameworks plus the knowledge that I've built over 15 years of consulting, is to apply that knowledge specifically step by step to your business in a way that it feels natural, like a conversation that you're having. You build the knowledge into an AI that is very then consistent in its advice. And that comes exactly to the next point, is that we have, in the end, a business advisor that knows very deeply your whole business and is then able to give you advice, identify gaps in the business that you are not aware of, so that you finally know what you don't know. And then with that knowledge, you can then start closing those gaps with the advisor and then finally make a business that is profitable.
And now let's imagine I'm the user, and please try to sell me Solvee. What kind of benefits I will gain from using it?
So first and foremost, where are you right now? What is the current biggest pain? And so you probably will say that you have lots of things to do. You are constantly getting new information. You learn new things. This makes you wonder what the work you have been doing, is it the right thing, or do you need to apply this new framework you just learned or you watched on YouTube? How do you apply that to your framework, to your business? And that is exactly the gap that we take away. You don't need to do that anymore. We help you apply those frameworks, and you just need to focus on making the right decisions at the right time. So no longer do you have the problem of waking up and saying, what do I do today? But you just open Solvee and you ask, what do I need to do today? And then based on your current situation, it will tell you what you need to do today to improve your business.
And if you have to pick one or two features that you are the most proud of, which one you will choose?
So I think the biggest challenge, knowing the architecture or the constraints of LLMs, is that we are developing an app that is very consistent in the context. And so we give advice that is very coherent across the whole conversation or experience you might have with Solvee. Meaning that if you have a conversation 2 weeks ago, it will still remember whatever is relevant for the conversation you have right now. And that is something that we have spent a lot of time on, and we are very proud to provide this to our users.
To be honest, I think I would mention the same things if I would have to pick. Now let's talk about the users. What is the ideal user profile for Solvee?
So this is also an interesting how we have developed there. We wanted to help founders in general, then we went for growth stage founders, then early stage founders. But what I realized, it's not about what is black on white on paper, it's more about what is the mindset of the user. So I have identified that some founders are really open for feedback, very curious about what they can do better, how can they make their business more successful, or how to apply these frameworks really, and they are very much able to receive criticism. And that's exactly what Solvee does. We don't pamper you, we don't tell you how great you are, we tell you how can you improve? And that often comes with some pivoting and some criticism that it requires the user to be looking forward to that feedback and not running away from it. And that is really the type of user we are trying to address. And hopefully we will get as many as possible.
Let's imagine I'm the new user. I'm opening the app. What should be my first step?
Right away, you enter a business assessment. What we do there is we have you have a conversation with AI, and we try to assess based on 4 pillars, which is who your customer is, what is your solution, in what market niche are you going to position yourself, and what is your authority as a founder for that specific market. And so once we go through that conversation, you immediately get feedback on your gaps and your potential improvements that we identified. And so from there on, you will get immediate value.
Switching the topic a little bit, what made you choose us as a Neoteric to build Solvee with you?
First and foremost, I chose someone else at first. I was already in advanced conversations before I met Neoteric. And so I decided to go with that other company first. And it was a mistake. After 2 months, I canceled to work with them. But it was a good mistake to make because I realized what I was not looking for, which is just a supplier. I was looking for a partner. And when I had the first conversation with Neoteric, I realized I had this immediate feeling that this was actually the right type of collaboration I was looking for. So I cut the ties with the other company immediately. We got back into a conversation, and I immediately it felt like you guys really want to understand what my business is about, and you were actually trying to provide a partnership rather than just being a supplier of software. And that is what made me choose Neoteric.
I'm really happy to hear this answer because this is very important to us at Neoteric to combine the technical knowledge with business and domain understanding. What did you appreciate the most about our workflow?
I would say what made this especially nice experience, despite all the hiccups that come with building such a complicated or even complex product, is that I always felt that you are on my side, that you know that this is normal. And for me as a first-time founder, having that partner that has the confidence that it will be okay was probably the thing that I would light out now more specifically, because it is really a lot of struggle, a lot of uncomfortable uncertainty most of the time. And Neoteric was there with the experience that you bring and the people that you have in the team, really nice to have on my side.
And what's next for Solvee?
So Solvee is now released for over a week now. We are looking for founders who are excited to bring their business to more success. We are looking for them to just go on solvee.app, sign up, sign in, go the first business assessment, identify where your gaps are, send me an email, we get together, we have a nice chat. I want to know more founders who want to build exciting businesses. I have met people in the last year from Australia to California, and I want to continue doing so and see people succeed in making their dreams come true.
What about the roadmap? What new or potential users may expect in the future?
So I think the most important feature that we are developing right now is the financials feature, which means that you can connect all your financial tools and your CRM to Solvee, and then we are able to build a financial dashboard that will give the AI not only the knowledge about how your business is strategically set up, but also what is the reality on the day-to-day. So what is your financials, and how can Solvee then, with your strategic background, then help you build a business that is financially stable and more profitable in the future?
I'm more than sure that a lot of users would like to learn more about Solvee. Could you tell us where they can find more information about your product?
Absolutely. So you can send me an email at christoph@solvee.app. You can go on the website, solvee.app, sign in, and from there we will have a wonderful conversation because the onboarding is done by me. So that's the easiest thing to do. Just go on the website and we will continue from there.